How's it going, guys? My name is Poetry Stud, and welcome to another episode of Poetic Rants. In this episode, we're going to be talking about something pretty controversial. This episode is going to be about something that spawns generations of games. In other words, it's been around since like the first games ever came out. Maybe not that long, that might be an exaggeration, but we're going to be talking about violence in games. Now, this is a super controversial topic. Also, I'm a little close to the mic. Might not want to be that close. You guys are probably getting screamed at by me now, but this is a very controversial topic, the violence in games. People say that it will affect generation, our generation, us the gamers that are growing up with these violent games, and people say that it's going to affect us and make us turn into violent people. And so it's a very controversial topic, I'm sure you've heard of it. I don't think anyone hasn't heard of it who plays games. Whether it be from your parents or from the friends of your parents, other stuff like that. It's a super controversial topic, and let's get right into it. So I just wanted to start by saying that my views are kind of in the middle, and we're about to get more into that. I personally think that most games aren't too violent, and I mean, like, some games I find a little bit like too graphic. Even though I consider myself not to be squeamish or anything, and not to be a super like anti-violence person. I'm not a pacifist. However, there are some things that I will not like play because it's just like, oh, great. I don't know. I can't think of any examples right now. But I wanted to give a few examples that come to mind. Grand Theft Auto is one. There's all this violence. It's not necessarily gore in Grand Theft Auto because it's cartoony kind of, but, the violence is there. And people have always said, the violence is what is going to cause our generation to do crime, stuff like that. And I personally do not think that takes any... I don't take that seriously. I don't think that's true. And if it is, it's more because the parents aren't teaching their kids how to do stuff right. I think that it's up to parents, to monitor their kids. If they don't like what a kid is playing, don't complain about the game and ruin it for everyone else who, is fine with it. Why don't you actually, start being a parent and take responsibility for your daughter or son. I don't know why a girl would be playing Grand Theft Auto. That's a little sexist, I'm sorry. But you know what I'm saying, right? That it's the parents' responsibility. So Grand Theft Auto is one example. That's my views on Grand Theft Auto. Let me take a second to look. Call of Duty is another one. It's been around for a while, 10, 15 years now, and Call of Duty is the one that's lots of people bring up because it's a violent game. It's quite gory. I'm playing it right now, which is kind of the funny thing. But personally, I think Call of Duty is kind of where you got to draw the line. And the reason why is because it's really not even as violent as some games that I have played. But there's a reason, and I'm going to talk about a little story that I have that my advanced media arts teacher and regular media arts teacher, he kind of told me, our class, the gamers in our class, we were talking one day when we weren't doing anything. He kind of told us about the how he thought that oh, sorry, I had to focus there. He kind of told us about how he didn't like Call of Duty because it's like other actual people. Like Halo and stuff is different because you're shooting aliens, it's a little bit more cartoonish. But he said he didn't like Call of Duty as much because it just felt too real, shooting like terrorists, like actual terrorists in the game, of course. And, and it's really violent, and there's actual people, and it looks like people. And he said that's kind of where he drew the line, and I kind of agree with him, actually. I don't consider myself a super liberal person, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, I don't consider myself to be someone who's against violence necessarily, but I do see how it is a little different if they actually look like a person. I'm actually almost out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, go ahead and leave a comment with your thoughts in the description. Go ahead and tell me what you want to see next in the next video. And actually, next video is probably going to be a special episode, or I'm going to be having a guest on the show. I'll let you guys see who it is when you come back to watch it. So go ahead and, come and check it out next time. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe so you can get a notification when that video comes out. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of whatever I do. Goodbye.